Hi, I'm Jono, and if you're new here, I do pencil drawings. This is my studio. This is where I spend most of my life. This is my sanctuary. I recently moved homes and had the opportunity to create a new home studio space. I've been trying to figure out what's important to me about the environment that I work in. Also, this video is sponsored by Squarespace, but I'll tell you about them later. I've worked in many different studio spaces, from my bedroom to an old garage, a dream studio, and even just an old house. The space I work in has had such a huge impact on my work and productivity. I spent the longest time drawing in my bedroom, dreaming of moving to a dedicated studio space away from home. For the last 6 years, I've been realizing that dream. It's given me so much: a healthy work-life separation, a cocoon-type space dedicated to bringing the things in my head to life. But things change. I used to be completely alone, but as my career grew and new opportunities started coming up like YouTube, I started working with friends to help me manage everything that was going on. My attention started getting pulled in so many different directions. Having a studio full of people working with me is so fun and exciting, but there's another side to it. I'm finding it really difficult to calm down and get a healthy drawing routine. I'm so stimulated by working with my team that I've lost sight of one of the most important jobs that the studio does for me, which is to create a space free from distraction so I can comfortably spend time behind my drawing table. The lessons I'm learning now are things that I'm trying to solve. I want to try and have my cake and eat it too. I want to be able to work with my friends in creating beautiful things and collaborations, but not let my drawing practice fall to the wayside. Distraction comes in so many different forms. Some might feel more constructive than others and take longer to identify, but it's important to try and weigh things appropriately. I need my studio to be a space with as few distractions as possible. Moving part of my studio back home has given me a chance to put into place some of the things that I've learned over the years. I needed to create that warm cocoon type feeling, the nurturing space that invites you in. Small things like putting carpets on the floor and doing a bit of sound treatment so it doesn't echo have helped do that in a big way. I chose a room with a beautiful view, honoring the time commitment that I want to give to my practice. I tried to make the filming process as effortless as possible, having remote-controlled cameras in dedicated positions. Also, being mindful about how my body responds to drawing positions made me decide to work at a standing desk. I sometimes feel like I need to trick myself into drawing, especially when I'm working on something that's really difficult or that I'm feeling a bit anxious about. I sometimes have to kind of wander up to my drawing table and start working before my subconscious realizes what I'm doing. I had an experience before when I was working in my bedroom. I had to squeeze past my bed to get to the drawing table. That physical barriers can feel like representations of emotional barriers we put in the way of our drawing. I know this is starting to sound a little bit more wishy-washy, but I actually think that there's something here. It's become important to me to have as few physical obstacles as possible in between myself and my drawing. Our studios are our safe place. It's an expression of how we treat ourselves. I've started being mindful of the way that I talk to myself and the positions I put myself in. And with a new sense of gentleness, I can see that being reflected in my studio. I'm still working on this space. It's not really complete, and as I live and work in it, it's going to slowly grow and adapt to the space that I want it to be. But so far, I'm really proud and I really enjoy spending time here. It's a weird one for me. I feel a bit torn that I've almost abandoned the studio down the road, but I think what I've realized is just that the space serves a different function now. And so I use that for larger scale works and for mostly video work and shooting references and things like that. It's been important not to be tied down to a specific space, but to be quite dynamic and fluid with what I actually need in order to really enjoy my practice. I'm always curious about how other artists view their studio space and the tricks that they might use to help them work better in that space. So if you're an artist and you're practicing, let me know in the comments how you view your space and what you've done to that space to make it work for you in the best way possible. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. It helps the channel out in a huge way. Before I end this video, I'm just going to give a quick shout out to this video sponsor, Squarespace. I've been working with them for a couple of years now and they've played a huge role in my career, not only in helping me maintain this YouTube channel by sponsoring these videos, but also early on, before I started YouTube, I was looking for a way to represent my work online. It's super important if you're an artist or a creative to have that online representation, and I didn't have time to learn HTML and to code. So I was looking for a really simple solution that looked good, and I found Squarespace, and it basically ticked all my boxes. I could register a domain with them or set up an online store, and most importantly, I could design a portfolio and show my work the way that I wanted to. Also, every time I got stuck, their amazing support team helped me out instantly. So if you're looking at building a website, give Squarespace a try, and if you decide that you love them, use this offer code and get 10% off your first purchase. Cool. I hope you guys found this video enjoyable. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.